Hello folks, how well do you get on with training in Tennis Manager 25? Do you find it a bit tricky? If you do, we are going to be having a little look, a little dive into training, if you will, in today's video. This is part of a Let's Play series, so we'll also be doing a little bit of Let's Play content in the second part of this. I'll put some chapters in so you'll be able to jump to the training or to the Let's Play if either one or the other doesn't interest you. But if you are here for the training, please give an opportunity to have a look at the Let's Play content. And hopefully it's something you'll enjoy and maybe learn a little bit about how to play the game as we go through. So today's video, what I'm going to do is give you three broad things that I have in my head when I am designing training for my players. There's three really important things that I think you need to think about, and I'll explore each one of those, and we'll use a few examples from within this game. If you want to have a more broad, basic understanding of training and sort of link some of those things in, I will be making a video which focuses on the basics of training, the components, how it all fits together, all that kind of stuff. So let's dive in and let's explore training. Okay folks, so number one of my three important things around training. Number one is determining the player's identity. So what do I mean by that? Well, you need to know what you're trying to get in terms of the end product of your player. So is your player going to be a player who comes to the net, does serve and volley? Is your player someone like Nick Kyrgios who does tricks and all those sort of things? And is your player going to be someone who is more balanced? They'll come to the net sometimes at the back of the court, other times. This is absolutely critical to understand, because once you understand this, then you're able to kind of think, well, which attributes are important there? Now, when you're setting up the game, if you've just created your own academy and created your own player, well, you can absolutely set a player down a particular path, and typically you would want to continue down that path. So you've got an idea where you want to go with that. Or if you bought a player in your academy, they'll already have kind of a broad kind of tilt towards one thing or another, and you have to look at their attributes, and you can see those behind us, the technical, physical and mental attributes of a player, and determine where they're kind of heading, and if you want them to continue to head in that direction, because they don't necessarily need to go in that direction. You're going to sort of be the factor which drives them. So you need to work that out and have that in your mind. And what then I like to do is then think about, well, what are 5 or 6 key attributes that this player would need if they're going to get there? What are those 6 key attributes? What you can also do then is think about, well, what are the next 6 important attributes that are also required? And you get a kind of tier list of attributes that are needed. And you can use this then to determine which are the most important factors to train when you're setting up your training schedules. And just very briefly, just to kind of highlight this, and this we'll go into a lot more detail when I do the training video, is when you go into your training window, you can see the different types of training that are available that you can put in, and you can see which ones they focus on. So you're able to tailor your training towards a particular set of attributes, and this is critically important in ensuring your player is going in the direction that you want, not the direction that of least resistance. That's kind of what you want to avoid. Okay, number 2 is about managing your schedule. You need time to train. So whilst the key thing that your player needs to do is to play tournaments and win matches, that cannot be the only thing they do. And so you need to find a balance between playing those matches and getting experience like that and training. This is not what you could call a balanced approach at the minute behind me, but there is reason for that, and which I'm not going to go into. But what you're essentially looking to do is to kind of have around a 50-50 balance, maybe a little bit less than that. One helpful tip that is often given is what your sponsors are actually requiring you to do. And you'll see every time you get one of these sponsorship contracts, they are always asking you to play in 20 tournaments. So you definitely need to play in more than 20 tournaments, but actually this is probably quite a good yardstick as to how many tournaments you should be playing in. 20 to about 22, 23. Make sure you've got those gaps in there that you can use then to train, not just single week gaps, but also double week gaps. This is important because that double week gap allows you to do a more heavy training session and then a lighter training session afterwards. Manage your schedule. It's critical. One other thing that I wanted to say, just related to number 2, managing your schedule, is when you switch on the game for the first time, you open up your save and you're thinking about managing your schedule, make sure this here is checked off. So this defaults to being checked on and all of your schedule will be automatically managed, and essentially you'll have a tournament every single week. It's not ideal. Whereas if you uncheck that, then you are responsible for doing it. You can ask your staff to do it. I wouldn't suggest you do that because they also put far too many tournaments in. The final one, and again really important, is to manage your physical condition. So your attributes down here obviously have an incredibly important role in determining how well a player will play in a match. But they are not the only things that decide that. There are a whole raft of different things that can influence how a player plays within a match. And there's 3 things in the top right corner here which have a huge effect and are really important to manage. Your morale, you want to keep that high. A sad player is not going to be happy. Your form, you want that to be excellent. Player in low form is going to be linked to low morale, but a player with low form is going to do worse than a player in high form. And actually, form will give you these buffs. You can see here we are in as good a form as we can, and we've got a +2 buff on every single attribute. That's critical. That can really make a difference between winning matches and against good quality opposition and losing matches against terrible quality opposition. That debuff, if you've got -2 across all of these, it can make a massive difference. And what we're talking about here is your physical condition, which is the 3rd one. And all 3 are kind of linked in together. But what you want to do is ensure that your schedule allows your physical condition to remain sensible. And also, when you're doing training, you can alter how high the workload is. You do not want this to be low when you're going into a tournament. That is not ideal. This is probably okay. It's maybe a little bit low, but you certainly don't want that to be red going into a tournament, because you'll undoubtedly play worse than you would do if you had a high physical condition. Really important to manage and really easy to forget about. Okay, folks, those are my 3 tips around training. Let's now dive into the Let's Play part of this and see how Curtis Flaps is getting on. Well, folks, when we left things last time out, we just qualified for an ATP 15 event, so the lowest ranking tournament on the ATP Tour. We are in Bucaramanga in Colombia, and we have a tough old task. We are currently ranked 1,824th on the main ATP Tour. Remember, we're 16, so we are just dipping our toes into adult tennis. But we are going to be playing Ivan Garkov, a Russian, 900th in the world. He's a 30-year-old veteran. It's not going to be easy. He has all the guile and skills that he could possibly want, and we really don't have a lot of experience at this level, so this is going to be as tough as it gets. Right, we'll dive in. Let's see if we can get a victory here against the number 2 seed and start to actually make some progress on the ATP Tour. Just a little note, Sophia still at the academy. Again, really struggling. Got one victory all year so far. really need her to improve. Need to think a little bit about focuses of training for her. She is our other player in the academy, come through our youth system. Right, let's play. Right, Ivan Garkov. He is... his strengths are serving consistency and underspin. Stamina and speed are his weaknesses. So actually, that might be a benefit for him. So our advice is that we are the outsiders. High return intensity, which we've already got, to break him. Make his opponent run, because he's not very good at that. So what we're going to do, little thought here, we're going to go for gain time and reposition in defensive position. So that's going to mean that we're going to be putting the ball on the other side of the court. It means that he is going to have to run around. So let's see how we get on. Not sure we're going to be good enough to win this, but we're going to give it a damn good go. He's looking good across the board mentally. I know you believe in me. Don't disappoint me. He hasn't changed anything, so that's fine. Right, folks, here we go. Let's dive in. If you're just here, first time here, Curtis Flaps is our protege. We're at the start of season 3 with him. We had a difficult season 2 because of poor form, but season 3 is going very, very well. So let's see how Curtis gets on. Right, very strong start from Curtis. We love 40 here and looking for that first break. Need to tire this guy out. Playing a sort of lobby, low, long shots back of the court. Just want to... I went for the shot. You can't blame him. But we've got another couple of shots to try and take a break. When we're talking about training here with Curtis, one of the things that we've been trying to do is make our serve a real weapon. So let's see whether that's the case. Well, we did win our service game. Not as comfortably as I'd like, but we're also love 40 up here. 2 love up now. So really strong start from our youngster. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like what Curtis is doing. It's again, right shot to go for. Try and find the line. It was a bit cute.
Second service.
Big kicking serve. If you can get a double break, that would put us in a really good position, but just slightly off the top of the racket there. 30-40. Another break point though still. Comes into the net. I mean, not the best. It was a pretty poor point then. He's managed to get back from love 40 to juice. Well, doing really well on our serve, and also pretty good on his serve. We are now love 40 up again. This is the third game we've been love 40 up, and there we go. 5-2. Stunning first set so far. Can we finish off now? Well, we're doing a good job of it. 5-2, 40-15. And yeah, his serve is... We have spent a lot of effort on this, trying to get him domineering on his serve. And that's a great winner there. 6-2. So through the first set, let's have a look at the stats here. 65% of the points won. It's pretty good. 71% first serve percentage. That's pretty good. Winning 80% of our first serve points and almost 70% of our second serve points, which is brilliant. He is down on both of those. So all in all, it's pretty good. We got a lot more winners than he has. About the same in terms of errors. So yeah, pretty pleased with this, folks. I don't think we need to change anything. Let's dive into set number 2. Can we get this in straight sets? This would be a massive victory if we could get this done. Well, very different start to this set. A comfortable first game from the Russian, and then it's now 15-40 on Flaps' serve. Looks like he has finally woken up. But I'm hoping... Ooh, that was a powerful one into the net. But I'm hoping he will, struggle a little bit further on, because he's not good on stamina as far as we're aware. And that's gone long. So we have saved a couple of break points there. Good work, Curtis. Well, it's 1-1. We managed to get that last game won. And we're love 40 up here now. So a couple of opportunities to take our own break in this set. long with that backhand, but a couple more break points to go at him. Great wide serve there. Taking the 3 opportunities, but yeah, really good wide serve. It's so hard to know what to do there. So he's done really well to come back. 2-all and 30-40. Again, Curtis coming back into this set after an early little wobble. And what a disaster of a volley that was. All he needed to do was get it over. And Curtis has got the break. He's 3-2 up. Not only that, he's now 4-2 up, 30-40 up. And this would put him within spitting distance of his only his 2nd win on the ATP Tour. Let's see if he can finish it off. Oh, that was tight. Just in there, 15-40. So he's got a couple of breaks, but he doesn't want to give this up now. Just at the right at the end here. 30-40. Good wide serve. Has he got another one in his locker? Go on. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Probably a bit too short there, 5-3. But love 40, 5-3, 3 match points. Come on, Curtis. It's been massive. He's got back there, using his speed well. And it's off the top of the racket and a huge victory. 6-2, 6-3. Curtis moves on to the next round, beating the 2nd seed. Okay, we've now going up against qualifier Kanata Ozaki. We've not played him before. He's a 19-year-old, so he's probably been in the juniors when we were in there. Looking at it, apparently it's going to be an easy match. Curtis just needs to keep his cool, put pressure on his opponent, and target his opponent's backhand. So we'll see how that works. See if that comes up with something. See you in a second, see if we get through this one. Oh, it was not to be. It was not to be. After winning against the 2nd seed, we ended up losing to Kanata in 2 sets, 6-3, 7-6. A bit disappointing, in all honesty. Tie break was pretty close, but we just didn't step on the gas. And you can see a lot of aces there. I mean, happy with the first serve percentage, but clearly we didn't do enough with the first serve. That looks like it might have been the difference. That's where we were struggling a little bit. I mean, we were getting a lot of winners, which is good to see, but making far too many mistakes. Anyway, folks, that is that. We'll come out of that and live to fight another day. I hope you enjoyed that little kind of 2-part episode. Let me know in the comments certainly how you felt that Curtis Flaps got on there. Really good victory in the one you saw, not so good in the one you didn't see. But also let us know your tips around training. How do you get the most out of your player? Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.